Middle Sackville, the final frontier. These are the ramblings of the Fairly Oddcast. Its continuing mission, to explore strange new pizza shops, to seek out new used car shops and pawn shops that don't require ID, to boldly go where no sane man has gone before.
Welcome to Fairly Oddcast. I am host number one, Adam Watts, and sitting really way too close to me because of our one mic setup for now is the Batman to my Robin, the Superman to my Crypto the Superdog, the Yin to my Yang.
Mark, classic Fat Daddy LaValle.
Classic? Why is there classic? You've only been using the name for like...
I'm fooling the audience.
Oh, okay.
By thinking I've gone classic.
Nice.
It'll make more people buy it.
So we took last weekend off.
Yep.
Because of the Super Bowl and your wife being away.
Yep. Fuck you, Baltimore.
First things first, we have to stop making so much food for the Super Bowl. What a fucking waste.
I did have breakfast burgers for 2 days, though. I did throw away a good 10, though.
Yeah.
And it's a near full bowl of salsa, freshly made.
Well, we have too much stuff. There's not too much of any one thing.
No, it's a conglomeration of too much.
So, and we just,
for sure.
And none of us eat like we used to. I only had 2 burgers, and there were mini burgers too. I mean, they weren't. They were somewhere between a slider and a full-sized hamburger.
Yeah, but there was a lot of bread in those buns to boot, which made them. They were filling.
The buns were very filling on them.
Yeah,
nice homemade rolls. Shitty game until the last half.
Well, second half was good. Yeah, the first half
after
was
the power outage.
Bleh. Yeah, which is officially not Beyonce's fault.
Yeah, she had a generator.
Mm-hmm. It was some faulty thing that...
It was some faulty thing that's supposed to stop that from happening.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it really is.
A piece that's supposed to stop the power from going out is what failed and made the power go out.
Yep. Way to go, New Orleans.
Yeah. Enough about the Super Bowl. We don't want to relive that,
Yep.
especially you. But now you know my pain. It's been a long time. You've never known my pain.
No, because every time, yeah.
That's the first time San Francisco's ever lost in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And so, I mean, you know my exact pain because that was a close game at the end.
Yep, and, well, let's not forget it's been like 16 years since they were in the Super Bowl, so...
It's true.
I'm okay with it. You know, baby steps.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
You can build around him.
I can.
If he learns how to throw.
And get rid of fucking Moss.
He's the best receiver of all time, though.
He is, but...
according from his lips to God's ears.
Yeah, fucking poison. I'm surprised he lasted all season, to be honest.
Yeah, he's kind of like that now.
Yeah.
But you just need him there for a couple of catches, and that's...
I would have rathered Owens. I would have rathered Owens, I think.
I'd take both of them if they can catch the 2 or 3 passes they need to catch. So
And keep their mouth shut.
Keep their mouth shut. All right, so let's get into the actual show then, now that we've explained why we were off last weekend, and it wasn't just because we were lazy.
Yep.
Just no time.
No time.
So you got any fun stuff for this week?
I do.
All right.
First a video game note. A game I've been waiting for years comes out on Tuesday.
I'm very excited for this game too.
Aliens, Colonial Marines. Can't wait.
I didn't even know about it until I saw the first commercial like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, no, I've been waiting for this for a couple of years now, and it looks great. Although until the commercial, I did not realize that Hicks was in it. He's in one of the commercials.
Well, that's gonna make a weird timeline then.
It is. I think it may be. Well, I don't know how it works.
Well, it could be after Aliens.
Yeah, but they're. Well, I suppose you think Hicks would want to go back to LB 426 because they do mention that.
It's true, but I would say it has to take place after between Aliens and Aliens 3, which should really be Aliens 2.
Yes, well, Alien 2, really, if you want to.
Or Alien 3, just drop the S. Shouldn't be Aliens 3. It should be Alien 3.
Yeah.
If you want to get technical about it, but I mean, that movie naming scheme is messed up just like Rambo.
Yeah, let's not even get into Rambo. That just makes no sense. So I'm excited for that. I'm probably going to pick it up Tuesday. Enough about that. What I really wanted to talk about before we get into any seriously meaty topics is the Japanese have confounded me again.
They do that a lot.
Yeah, people are going to think that I'm either obsessed or I hate or I discriminate against them.
I personally love the Japanese, especially the women.
So anybody who's listened to earlier casts know I brought up the fact that they used to eat live lobster. They probably still do, but they've got weird video games. They've got weird fetishes when it comes to sexual things.
They had a rape game not that long ago.
They did, yeah. So they're combining their love of weird sex and video games.
Okay.
I'm not sure what system it's for, but they're coming out with a controller that you fuck.
Like a fleshlight?
Yes. And the on-screen characters will react to said fucking.
I'm in.
I knew you would be.
I am sold already.
I figured it would be time for you to move to Japan when they brought
Holy
this
shit.
up. I believe it's called the Ju-C, as in Ju-C.
The Juicy?
Yeah. And
look, Mom, I'm fucking a video game.
It's gonna retail for $144. That's
not that bad.
That's the yen translation. So
in comparison to how much a fleshlight alone costs.
Yeah, and if you want to see it, you can jump onto Kotaku.com because there's a picture of it there, and
you have it bookmarked, don't you?
I don't actually, because I was on one of my laptops when I eating dinner, looking for a story to bring to the world tonight. So it's not here on the phone, but yeah.
He's gonna show it to me. The podcast is about to get sexy. Oh, show me that thing I can fuck.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck this TV. Oh,
settle down, Muse.
I can fuck anything that moves.
I can't.
I don't want to see it.
I can't find it anyway. So.
I'll look at it in some alone time.
Yeah, that sounds like a...
That actually reminds me of something. I noticed that I'd never seen the download link for Internet Explorer for on the 360 yet.
What do you mean?
That we have Internet Explorer on the Xbox 360 now. I had never seen the link to download it, like under apps and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
So I just downloaded it the other day. And of course, the first thing I went to do is check out my free porn site.
Yeah.
I haven't clicked on a video yet to see if the video plays.
They do.
So, so I'm now back to 50 inches of high definition porn in the living room.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be rubbing one out to a porn clip later tonight, but
I'm going to force you to look, so there it is.
Oh, it totally looks like a fleshlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who aren't going to bother going to look, it's like
it's
a black tube with what appears to be maybe a white rubbery end that where the magic happens. What I love is the fact that there's like buttons and a joystick on the end of it. Like while you're mid thrust, you're gonna like, oh geez, I got to go to the left a little.
I wonder if that's gonna come into play.
And what it's called is custom made, as in MAID.
Oh, so you're fucking the maid?
Yeah, there she is, I believe.
Oh, I officially can't do it. It's an anime chick.
Yeah, custom made 3D.
And it looks like a young anime chick. I can't do it.
And this is funny. This is the first line of the article. Upcoming erotic game, custom made 3D, will be bundled with a very special controller. It looks like a PS Move, but with a few key differences. One of which is you put dicks in it.
Oh my. But no, I'm glad you showed it to me, because now I don't want it. Because I can't fuck that anime chick. I can't. She looks like Sailor Moon almost.
She does a little
which
bit.
Makes her in fucking high school. Which makes it illegal.
But she's a graphic.
It doesn't matter. It's still so fucking wrong.
I believe she also had ears like a cat, dude. So I mean,
oh, that's another fucked up thing. I think I saw it. Does she have cat ears?
She's got something sticking out of her head.
Oh, she does have cat ears. Oh, the Japanese are fucked.
And, at some point during the game, tentacles are going to be involved.
For a culture where their actual human porn is censored.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know if anyone has ever actually seen Asian porn, but it's censored.
Yeah.
Like,
no dicks or twats.
They're there, but they're digitized out. It's weird. It's like, what's the point?
Oh, and it's actually the juicy air.
The juicy air. Like the dairy air?
No, like juicy and then AIR.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Goes on sale this month.
So that's the juicy air. That's the name of the controller.
It is. And the game is custom made.
So there's going to be other games then, for sure.
Well, you would assume.
And if they look like that, there will be tentacles. For sure.
Let's see. The Juicy Air peripheral also has an analog stick and action button. This means players don't even have to take their hands off their penis while playing.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Like, am I going to have to get it just so we can review it properly?
I don't know.
Like, in the name of, for the good of the show, am I going to have to get this?
What? No. I'm going to have to finish reading this. Japanese erotic games, while incredibly, and that's italicized, niche, are a hotbed of smart ideas that range from upskirt head tracking and object detection to masturbation stat tracking.
Oh. What are the stats? Is there an achievement?
It doesn't say.
If there's an achievement, I'm in. That is the online achievement I want to get.
Yeah. New game peripheral tweets your masturbation stats, and this is the link that it took me to. Let's see, a USB controller that runs in that you put your ding-a-ling in.
Your ding-a-ling?
Yeah.
What are we, 7?
According to sister site Gizmodo, Onacon software dubbed OnaCounter can keep track of players playing with themselves' time, their play frequency, and their average speed.
Do you know how many followers on Twitter I would lose?
Look, there's even graphs. Thank you, Japan, and good night. Thanks for tuning in this week, folks. We are done.
Oh my God. I want it now. I don't want it for the Asian chick or the anime chick. I want it for the stats. I think those stats would be useful to me somewhere down the road.
Yes, on average, I can masturbate for 6.5 minutes.
Is that all you had about Japan? I hope so.
It is.
I can't handle any more about Japan.
I should try and make that a weekly thing. The Japanese have confounded Marky yet again.
Yeah, because there was that. There was the live lobster. And isn't that where the dick eating was?
That's where the guy cut off his own dick so people could eat it with his testicles and some mushrooms.
I really don't know if the rest of the show follows up to that. Maybe we should have saved that for last. Maybe we have picked the incorrect order for this show.
How come John Kerr never tells us anything like that about Japan?
He just tells us stupid ninja stories. We're going to have to get him in here. Oh, that's what we'll do for the Japan stories one week. We'll get him in here. He lived there for a few years.
Yeah. We'll see if he can verify any of it.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So, time for the meat?
Sure, why not?
So, when we first started hinting around Facebook and stuff that we were going to do this podcast, we mentioned we had 2 projects in the works.
Yes.
This being obviously project number 1.
Yep. And it's going super.
Super for the 5 or 6 people that listen every week.
Thanks, everybody.
Sad that we could just name them.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Perry Ann. Thanks, Ronnie.
Thanks, Christina, if you listened this week.
Yeah.
I think you take some weeks off and just eat moist cake.
She's eating moist cake yesterday for sure when she got off early at the liquor store.
Yeah. I don't know if she's back to work yet.
Me neither, but she didn't point out that the liquor stores were closing early.
It's true. So, project number 2 is...
a controller you can fuck.
Oh,
no, not
we were
really.
beaten to it.
Yeah.
We are writing and I don't know if we're, I guess, writing and directing a movie.
And producing?
And producing?
Yes. Or we're gonna.
We're going to. It's in the writing phase right now.
Yep.
I don't know are we both directing or is one of us directing and one of us producing? I don't know how we're doing this.
Didn't the Pythons co-direct Holy Grail? We could do it like that.
You want to direct some scenes, I'll direct other scenes.
Sure, why not?
Now, the obvious thing would be to say that we're going to do a comedy. That would be the obvious choice. But we're not fucking funny. Well,
we can be.
We can be situationally funny.
Yes.
But
that's hard to write.
I can't write a joke to save my life, I don't think. Anytime we've tried to write something that's funny for this show, it hasn't worked out.
Nope.
And we end up re-recording it. But if something happens that's funny, we can riff and joke about that. We just can't write a joke.
Like the Japanese in their weird ways.
Right. But we need to, I mean, if we were going to do a movie, if we were going to do a funny movie, it would have to be just us filming ourselves doing this. And that's just a video podcast.
It's true.
So we need somebody else's material to make fun of, really.
Yes.
Is really what it boils down to. But we do have another genre that we both love and are near and dear to our heart.
Romance?
Well, oh, sexy time.
Yeah, sexy time.
I was going to say horror movies.
Not whore, but horror.
There could be whores in it.
It's true.
It could be a movie.
Every horror movie has a whore.
So far in the writing process, this one doesn't, though.
No.
This one's I mean, the real reason for us wanting to do a horror movie is because we both love horror movies.
Absolutely.
But it's been so long since we had one that scared us.
Yeah, it's been.
But I guess a horror movie really isn't to scare you. A horror movie is just to gross you out. Thrillers are to scare you.
Yeah, but I don't know if I've seen a thriller that scared me in a long time either.
Like when you say that's like a horror movie isn't made to scare, it's made to horrify you. Hence horror.
That's hard to say though, because and I'm digging into the Wayback Machine a little bit, but The Game, starring Michael Douglas, is a thriller, is it not?
True.
That definitely wasn't meant to scare you.
That's true.
It was meant to thrill you.
Yeah. Thrilling can be scary, though. Isn't that like the whole definition of, like, amusement park rides are thrill rides? It's to thrill you into being scared. Is it not? Like, aren't you supposed to be scared when you're on a fucking roller coaster?
Maybe horror movies aren't designed to scare at once or immediately. They're designed to scare when you go to bed later.
And that's what we're going to go for with this one.
Yeah.
Because we're going to try... We've got about a third written of this right now. Not with too much of the dialogue, but most of the setups. Situations. Like, where the camera...
We're storyboarding.
Yes. Storyboarding in words, which is just writing.
Yeah.
Well, that's essentially what it is. We've got the camera angles written down, like everything like that. But the dialogue, I think the way we're going to do it is more of a free flow dialogue. Like here's what you should be talking about.
Yeah, here's the idea. Now go.
Now make something up as you go. Oh, that's really going to depend on who we get to star in it, which will be some of our friends because we're cheap.
Yep.
But then we'll have to get some actual people with some actual acting ability to do some of the stuff. Because, have you met our friends?
I think so.
Yeah.
Martin at work's an actor.
Is he?
Yep.
He deleted me from Facebook.
Did he?
I think it's because I deleted SimCity Social.
Good chance.
2 people deleted me after I deleted that game.
I don't miss it one bit.
No, me neither. The game was getting obnoxious.
It was boring. It's the same thing every time. Build this. Save this amount of money. And then build this.
Did you delete your fake accounts yet?
One of them. They told me I had to wait 14 days.
What, to delete it?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why.
It's just what I said. I said if it'll be scheduled for deletion in 14 days. If you log in before that happens, you'll be given the opportunity to save it.
Oh. You might have said that for me, too. But I just didn't log in, so.
Yeah.
Or pay attention.
And now I can't remember which fake one I logged into and deleted, so I don't want to log back in and save it. So I haven't logged into the other one.
Well, you could
yet.
probably Facebook search the other ones. They'd probably still be in your friends list.
Oh, they could be, yeah, I suppose.
So there you go. So movie. We may have to put this on Kickstarter. Just because we're going to need money.
So we can be rejected as much as we are on YouTube?
Yeah. But I think what we'll do is once the script is done, we'll film a trailer of it with our friends. And then we can put the trailer on Kickstarter and get investors that way based on the trailer. So the premise is you'll be able to see the premise without people having to read through the full script and try to picture it themselves.
Yeah, true.
Which we're not going to give away anything about it. Just that it's a horror movie.
Yep. And Freddy and Jason don't make an appearance.
No, it's not a slasher film. Those are slasher films. Those aren't horror movies, I don't think. Or that's a subgenre of horror movies.
Well, I was just going to say, I think slasher is partly horror, part of the horror universe.
But no, definitely not a slasher film because there's nothing scary about a slasher film unless you're a kid.
Yeah, to an adult. Well, to me anyway, most of them are just funny.
Yeah.
Well, I would say Nightmare 2 wasn't funny.
No,
as far as slashers go, that was pretty...
Nightmare 2 wasn't good either.
Yeah, but as far as slasher movies go, it was definitely not as humorous as others.
But the first Nightmare's not that humorous either.
No.
It is now.
But then Dream Warriors comes out.
Yes. From the third one on, when he says, "Welcome to primetime, bitch," comedy's on. And it's nothing but one-liners.
Yeah.
But we're going to go a little... So far, it's playing out a little bit more psychological in your head. Instead of there being gore and the scare on screen, it's going to be in your head.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of scenes like X-Men 3 where Cyclops just dies off screen.
Yeah, we're gonna kill all the main leads.
Yeah.
Someone just saying passing, "Oh yeah, they're dead."
Yeah. Where's Scott? Oh, he's dead. Oh, all right.
Shitty.
Yeah.
I do know one of at least my friends that have to be in it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's got to be Stephanie.
Okay.
Because I went to Paranormal Activity 2 with her.
Yeah.
And she spent 75% of the movie with her knees up on her chest and her hands over her eyes, whimpering.
Really?
Like, you know, in Paranormal Activity movies, whenever a new day starts, it just brings up the date and the time.
Yeah.
And that's how you know something's going to happen, basically. Whenever those came up, she whimpered.
All right.
I mean, an out loud, audible whimper. So, we'll be able to scare the piss out of her. And make it look real with no acting ability whatsoever.
Excellent.
Plus, she's a quasi-celebrity in the local ranks.
That's true.
Now, we don't have lofty goals for this movie.
Not at all.
The goal is to make the movie,
Yep.
to rent a theater, and show it once to families and friends. We'll have our own red carpet and premiere, though. We'll do it up like a real movie, like suits and tuxes, and we'll rent a red carpet. But I mean, that's my goal, is to have friends and family see it once. If people see it after that, that's great. If they don't, they don't.
I'm going to show it to the premiere and pretend to be drunk and accuse you of cutting me out of my part.
Mark's going to have a non-speaking role.
And that'll be fun for me. I'll make the premiere awkward.
Yes. You make everything awkward, though.
I do. I'm going to puke on your mother.
That won't be as awkward as you think. She'd expect it from us, so, I mean, it's really meh.
That's true.
But that's project number 2. I mean, if anyone out there who listens out of the 5 of you want in on this action, let us know.
Yep. Like Adam, he mentioned that there isn't really no plans or yet anyway for a whore to be in the movie. If you think you can be a whore on screen, let us know.
I'm single.
We'll work it in.
I'll test it out to make sure you're a whore.
Yeah,
just like Zach and Miri make a porno when he's the producer and he's checking out the titties. I don't need to touch you. I'm married and all.
Yeah.
But I just want to see some titties.
He was one of the best characters in that movie.
He's a great character in everything. Like even Well, I mean, he's great on The Office. I mean, he's great in everything. What I'm thinking of him as in a bit part was what's that Jeremy Piven movie where he's a car salesman?
I can think of 2 Jeremy Piven movies, and I know
one's
it's not
PCU.
Yeah, and the other one's Smoking Aces.
We watched the shit out of PCU.
Yeah, we did.
Back in the day.
That was a great movie.
I remember it was like I remember the tagline was like "Live free or sell hard." I've watched the movie a ton of times.
Really?
Yeah, but Craig Anderson just plays a DJ in it, who never plays what they want him to play. They ask him for something exciting, and he puts on like a funeral dirge.
All right.
He's just funny. He's DJ, and his name's DJ Request.
Nice.
Ken Jeong's in the movie too. Chang.
Yeah, I know who Ken Jeong is.
Well, you look confused. I mean, you always look confused, but you're gonna look it up, aren't you?
I was thinking of it, because I honestly can't think of any other Jeremy Piven movies. That, I mean, he's been around a long time, but it's not like he's the headliner in a lot.
You know, he's in the Look Who's Talking movie, or Look Who's Talking 2.
Is he really?
He's in one of them. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Not as one of the babies, right?
No, not as one of the babies.
I like all the jokes about how his hair seemed to just magically come back.
Yeah, because he's been bald forever.
He was bald in PCU.
Yeah, he was, and he was playing a university student in that.
Exactly. I'm
The
gonna
Goods.
guess
It's The
that it was
Goods.
called The Goods.
Yeah.
Live hard, sell hard.
Yeah. Funny fucking movie.
2009.
I liked it.
Don't remember it at all. Ving Rhames was in it.
Oh yeah. I think Will Ferrell produced it and has like this little bit part in it, which is another amazing part.
Oh yeah, there's Ken. Yeah, there's a few people. Oh, somebody actually plays. Oh no, Tammy Selleck. I was gonna say somebody plays Tom Selleck.
No, it's Selleck Motors.
Yeah.
They have the Bandit car. Ed Helms is in it. Before he did The Hangover and got famous.
Right. We are still expecting a third one of those, aren't we?
Hangover?
Yeah.
Yep. And it's supposed to be totally different than the first two. Todd Phillips said he had a plan for a trilogy where the first 2 movies were the exact same,
Which they were pretty much.
except in a different city.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third movie is 100% different than the other 2.
Interesting.
I have faith in Todd Phillips.
Well, the first 2 were. I like both the first 2.
Yeah, me too. Wish Liam Neeson had been in the second one. I guess Mel Gibson was in it, and then the cast revolted.
That makes sense.
But it was right in the middle of the trial, the custody trial, and all that stuff with the crazy Russian woman and stuff. So
Yeah.
poor Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster's beaver.
Speaking of Mel Gibson, I really wish he had shown up in that Mad Max style Hyundai commercial in the Super Bowl.
Oh my God,
That would have been.
I was on the edge of my seat waiting for it.
Would have been the best commercial ever made, I think.
I mean, they get celebrities for those stupid Snickers commercials,
Yep.
and like
Yeah, those ones are funny.
when did Bobcat Goldthwait gain all the weight back?
Yeah.
Because the last few times I've seen him, or at least even movies over the last decade, I haven't recognized him because he's been so thin, like almost like a crack addict.
Maybe he wasn't getting work as a result of that.
Maybe, but he looked more. Maybe they just took a picture of him in the '80s and digitized it because he looked like he did in the '80s in that Super Bowl commercial this year or the one before it.
Yeah. I really like the Joe Pesci Snickers commercial.
Yeah, are we not good enough for you?
What do you model gloves? Yeah, good stuff.
It was good this year with Robin Williams, though. Turning into a large black man after he ate a Snickers.
Yeah, yeah, that one was pretty funny, actually. Even the Richard Lewis one isn't that bad.
The Richard Lewis one is my least favorite.
It is, but
My
it's...
absolute favorite is the original with Betty White and Abe Vigoda. I didn't even know Abe Vigoda was still fucking alive.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably not for long.
well, like, fuck, he was old when he did The Godfather.
Yeah.
Now he's got to be close to 100. Well, I mean, think of him in how old he is in Look Who's Talking.
Was he in that
Again,
too?
back to Look Who's... Yeah, he plays John Travolta's dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's see. What's the year? 2013?
Yeah.
He is 92.
See, old as fuck.
Yeah, because in 8 years it'll be 2021. Yeah, so if he... Yeah, wow.
90 fucking 2.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
I wonder, just out of curiosity, since I'm sitting here...
Can you name any other movie? Well, you're on IMDb now, so it's not fair. I was going to say, can you name a movie besides The Godfather that he's been in?
No, but what
Because obviously wasn't Look Who's Talking.
I wanted to find out when his first thing was. 1949.
Late starter, he was in mid-20s.
Yeah, some TV show called Suspense.
Oh, wow. Not about other people's movies. Back to our movie.
Yes.
This is our fucking show. We're not advertising other people. We're not advertising Abe Vigoda's early 1940s work. Fuck him. He's done enough shit.
Everybody loves fish.
It's our fucking time. I don't really have anything else to say about our movie, though. That's pretty much it. That we're going to make a fucking movie.
No teasers?
It's a horror movie. I mean, what more can we tease? We're in the process of writing it.
Yeah. We might be in it.
I'm not going to be in it.
Why not?
I'm going to straight out direct it. I
No,
don't
don't
want
be
to
a
be in
quitter.
it.
Don't be a quitter.
I might be. Well, we have a scene at the beginning, that like party scene.
Yeah.
I'll be in it somewhere there. Like I'll be at the party somewhere, but I don't want to speak in it, or have a role. I want to be an extra.
Interesting.
But we're not going to do it found footage style. We know that. That's been done to death. We had a found footage movie in our heads that we were originally going to do.
Yep.
And then within 3 months of us coming up with that idea, they released a movie that was the exact thing we were going to do.
Yeah.
And it was by the guys that did The Blair Witch. So it's like, well, obviously they can do found footage movies better than us. So let's move on to something else.
Yeah.
Because it was originally going to be a found footage Bigfoot movie.
Yes.
Because there hasn't been enough Bigfoot movies.
Nope, there have
And
not.
we love Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We were almost going to talk about 20 different Bigfoot videos this week. But instead we decided to pimp our own movie.
I like Bigfoot. I don't like Bigfoot TV shows.
Oh, that Finding Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Those guys are fucking idiots.
They are.
Like,
They're almost as bad as the Ghost Hunters.
oh, they're worse than the Ghost Hunters. They're way worse than the
Yeah,
Ghost
they probably are.
The Ghost Hunters at least pretend that they are trying. Like, on Finding Bigfoot, they're not even trying. Like, that's like us going out in the woods and trying to find Bigfoot. And
With our cell phones for cameras.
And even we wouldn't do the stupid things they do. Like, one of the
Like call
idiots,
some pressed down foliage where he slept.
yeah. Or I was thinking of the cooking bacon and throwing the bacon grease into the woods because Bigfoot loves bacon. Or setting off fireworks because that would attract him to discover what the sound was. Do you know what loud noises do to most animals? It fucking scares them.
Yeah.
Like,
Although, don't they say that sometimes if certain rhinos at night see a fire, they'll come stomp it out?
yeah, I've heard that before. But that could be self-preservation.
It could be. Or maybe they're just angry.
Well, no, because, I mean, it is the desert-like jungle? Is that what you would call where rhinos are? Not the jungle, and it's not the desert. What kind of...
The African plains,
Yeah, but that's like a desert/jungle?
I guess. It's kind of like what's that thing up, the tundra, but warm.
We will call it Warmdra. No, that's too hard to say. Warm tundra.
There you go.
That's funny that warm tundra is easier to say than Warmdra. But warm tundra, like, I mean, they'd be used to there probably being like fires from lightning. So that would make a big, huge grass fire. So maybe instinctively they put out fire. If you saw fire, you'd
The
put it out.
volunteer firefighters of the African wilderness.
Fuck off. They do it, so they've learned somewhere to do it.
Yeah, right.
It's not that fucking far-fetched.
It
Well,
is.
not the firefighters part of it, but that they learn to put out fires.
I'm gonna start a campaign to make Rhinos in Africa T-shirts that have WTFD for the Warm Tundra Fire Department.
Copyright Fairly Oddcast 2013.
And hats, cute little hats that go over their little ears.
Fuck a Fairly Oddcast t-shirt. I'm getting those shirts made, and then you can just say Fairly Oddcast underneath of it somewhere.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by Fairly Oddcast. Fuck yeah. Well, I mean, what information do you want to give away about the movie?
Nothing, I guess.
It takes place in the woods.
It does.
We've already picked out the closing credits song,
We have.
which is awesome. And we know exactly how this movie ends. Or the last shot of the movie, anyways. Not maybe exactly how it ends, but we know the last shot of the movie.
Yep.
And we're working backwards from there.
Yeah. And we know it's going to take place in the summer because it's warmer.
We're going to do fall.
Well, whatever. But it doesn't involve filming in the snow.
No fucking snow. That's just another headache. We know it's going to be on digital and not fucking film stock.
Yep.
Because film stock's ridiculously expensive.
It is.
Geez, we have a whole bunch of songs picked out for it already. That's why we're only going to show it. That's why we only plan to show it once in one theater that we rented, so we don't have to buy the rights to all these songs. Because that would be the budget gone.
Speaking of budgets, and there was a couple episodes in a row there where I used the words public domain a lot. And you told me that Happy Birthday was not.
It's not.
And
Look it up.
No, I saw exactly a perfect example of where you said they'll start to sing it, but then they stop. It happened on South Park on the High School Musical episode. Stan starts to sing it. He gets about a line and a half, and then he stops just for no reason.
Yeah, they make fun of it on shows all the time. They'll start singing it, and then somebody will say, no, not that one. And then they sing, "You're a Jolly Good Fellow," or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, there's a company that owns it. It actually doesn't earn them that much money
I was going to say.
because nobody will use it.
Nobody
anymore.
will sing it, yeah.
So, I mean, I think they only get, like, it's either $700 or $7,000 a year from owning that song because nobody will use it. So, because they probably charge too much to use it to begin with.
I would assume.
So the residuals are nothing from it.
Yeah.
I think Fredericks looked it up once to prove if I was right or wrong.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't know why people doubt me.
No, I totally believe you. It seems like if they only make that much, it seems like it's time to let it go.
Then they'll make nothing.
Yeah, but there's got to be some costs that they could, I don't know.
Well, maybe they're waiting until that $700 or $7,000 a year pays for what they had to pay to get the rights to it
Yeah,
for.
maybe.
Because it's written by one person, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's not like...
No, that's true. It baffles me that it's not.
You baffle me.
I do?
I just had nothing to say right there, so...
All right.
You're typing shit, and I'm looking at what you're typing, and I didn't want there to be dead air that I had to cut out later.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Sing Happy Birthday and it'll cost ya. Let's see. According to ABC News.
ABC News is always reliable for things.
Buffering. Here we go. The Guinness Book calls it the most popular song in the English language. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
150 movies. Blah, 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 blah. Here we are. If you want to sing it, you don't have to pay anything because that's a private book. But if you... Holy Jesus. If you want to use it in a television show, a movie, or television commercial, you'll pay anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000.
Told you.
For those rights.
I told you, it's ridiculous.
And...
Happy
Your-
birthday.
Your estimation of $700 to $7,000 in royalties is incorrect.
What is it?
$2 million
Whew.
every year.
See, Fredericks lied to me then. Because Frederick told me it was a piddly amount. Can't trust that guy.
Now, this is a 4-year-old article, but still. Anyway.
That guy's shady.
He's the shadiest.
The shady of the shadiest.
Yeah.
So we won't be singing Happy Birthday in this movie.
No.
What
if you sing it in French? Joyeux fête.
I don't know. We're not going to do it to find out. It's funny. Of all the other licensed music we're going to use, that's not going to be one of them. That's where we draw the line.
No fucking happy birthday.
And we have expensive other songs, too.
Yep.
Well, actually, some of them won't be. The one at the end, I bet you, might be public domain. Because it's so old.
Public domain, I thought was like 70 years or something like that.
Maybe depends when the rules change. That might have become public domain before the copyright rules changed.
Maybe
because it's old. It's an old blues song.
It is old. There is no question of that.
So we may get away with that one. But we only plan to play it once, and then probably watch it every couple of years and go, fuck, we suck.
Yeah.
This was terrible.
We
don't know how to write horror movies. What were we thinking?
No, we don't.
Unless it's a movie about us sitting around playing video games, we have no expertise on writing a movie.
Well, I think I could write a pretty good, thoughtful piece about pooping.
Yeah. We couldn't even get our family to come to that.
No, probably not.
Your parents have both turned off the podcast.
Yeah, they'd listen, they'd watch it for 5 minutes, and I'm like, we're done. We're going home.
Let's see, your dad made it until you started talking about how many people had seen your dick.
Yep.
Your mom made it until I started talking about a donkey dick.
That's what she said. I don't remember
talking about a donkey dick.
Donkey cocks coming up. But
did we talk about a donkey show maybe?
I don't know. We must have, because she said she heard the words donkey cock and she was done. So
my parents haven't listened at all.
Yeah.
I've kind of told them they have to because your parents at least tried.
Yep.
So I think my mom would make it farther than your mom.
Probably.
Because my mom's used to me.
Yeah, it's true.
And your parents are only used to you.
Yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, with me being the 10, you're like a 4 as far as offensive things they say in front of their parents.
Oh, yeah, in front of parents? Absolutely. Other people? No problem.
Oh, no, we're the same there. But the thing is, I say the things in front of my parents that I say pretty much everywhere else.
It's true.
Only usually with less swearing. I don't swear that much in front of my parents. I try to tell the story without swearing. It's just the subject matter.
Now, see, that's funny because I have no problem swearing in front of either of my parents.
Oh, I don't have a problem.
Frequently.
I just leave it out of the stories. I'll say dick instead of cock.
And that makes it much better.
Well, that makes it way better. I mean, it's one thing to say dick in front of your mom. It's another thing to say cock. like seriously.
But neither dick nor cock are as bad as if you were discussing female parts. I don't even want to bring up the C word.
Cunt?
Yeah.
I have no problem saying it anymore. It used to be the one word that I wouldn't say.
Oh, I'll say it.
I have no problem with it. And what stopped me from having a problem with it was your cousin.
My cousin?
Stuart.
Oh, well, I suppose.
You hang around a Scottish guy long enough, and it just becomes okay to say.
I'm going to check on that, but he's English.
Oh, whatever. I thought he was Scottish.
No. He's not Scottish.
Well, it's not like he's going to fucking listen.
No, it's true.
He's got the best Oasis story ever.
Yes.
When he was a roadie.
Yeah.
And he wanted to go punch them. Was it? They were sound checking a Beatles song?
Something like that.
And they said something about they could shite better songs than that.
Yeah.
And he almost went over and decked them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if they were sound checking a Beatles song, but it did come up that they could shit better songs than the Beatles wrote.
I'm pretty sure that they were sound checking, and while they were sound checking, they played a Beatles song.
It could be,
which is odd for the band that's tried the hardest to be the Beatles in their career.
Yeah.
It'd be like Kobe Bryant shitting on Michael Jordan. I want to be the next Michael. Pick me, pick me.
We can't. You rape people.
Oh.
No McDonald's commercial for you. Plus, there's no there's no cool white guy that he could do a commercial with anyway.
No, that's for Tiger and Rory.
Yeah.
Now that I watched the commercial back, you can totally tell they're not in the same spot together. Because you never see them in the same shot besides at the very end on the Nike logo.
Yeah.
Whenever you see them together, it's just one of their elbows and shirts.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's still a funny commercial, though.
It is still a good commercial, but I guess maybe I could see them not liking each other enough to...
Not yet. They just became teammates. Like, I mean, Rory just signed on with Nike.
Yeah.
So, give it some time. That rivalry... I mean, they don't even have a rivalry yet.
Well, no, because Rory can't be consistent enough.
Yeah, because Tiger can be consistent enough now.
Yeah, now, but see, that's the
Yeah.
thing. I mean, you can't have Christ, you might as well have a rivalry, with an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old.
Until they are in a major on a Sunday in the final pair, neck and neck, there's never going to be a rivalry. Or any bad blood like him and Phil.
Well, I could see bad blood just because the media manufactures it.
Yeah, but anytime you talk to them, they'll just say, no, there's nothing. But once you have a Sunday, them in the final pairing, and
That's what their
in a major,
publicist tells them to say.
and whatever. Back to our fucking movie that we have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Fuck Tiger.
You like Tiger, though.
I do like Tiger.
I think you'd let Tiger have sex with you if the opportunity arose.
You would too. It would make a good podcast. I let a lot of things happen now just so we have something to talk about.
I don't think it would. I'd do it for free, though.
You're doing it for material.
I'd do it for some Elin money.
What was some coat check money? That's what most of them did it for.
It's true, and a better tip.
Tip. He gave him the tip, all right. Bazing.
Now, if only the Juicy Air had come out a couple years ago.
He could have saved himself a lot of money.
Yeah.
Half.
Wonder how she's doing nowadays.
Who cares? I
Living
don't even know what her name is.
Elin Nordegren.
The fuck? But then again, you could pronounce Manhai Teo? Is that it?
Manti Teo.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's what I said, isn't it?
No.
What did I say? I said Manti Teo.
You did that time.
I said it the first time, too.
The first time what you said was abortion.
I said Manhai, I think. Manhai Teo. That's right, though. Manhai Teo.
The name that I can't get right these days, and that's because I can't remember what his first name is the prankster from that story, Tuasa Sopo.
Tuasa Sopo!
Exactly.
That's the best part of the Daily Show.
It really
He's
is.
responsible for
Everything. I love it.
Sopo!
But I never catch what his first name is, so I can't.
Who cares?
It's true. It was funny, though. Apparently he quasi came out of the closet on a Dr. Phil interview.
And then hated himself for being gay.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. Like, you strung a dude along.
It's just, you know what? Honestly, I don't believe a fucking word of it. It's just his way of trying to, you know what? How am I going to get famous? I'm going to fuck with this football player and then pretend that I'm gay for a while.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't believe it. Now that Lance is guilty, I don't believe anybody.
Yeah, we talked about Lance a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Or a few
I think
weeks
so.
ago? Did I bring up the fact that even though he's admitted to lying for the last decade, that I'd be the dick if I accused him of not actually having cancer and that being all made up?
You didn't bring it up here, but you did bring it up at a round table at Corey's one night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. He's been lying for 10 years, yet I'm the dick for accusing him of not having cancer and having both testicles.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes me the asshole. Like, fuck you.
Listen.
Why do you get to lie for a decade, yet I'm the dick who accused you of not having cancer?
Raise millions for something, and then you can accuse him of not having cancer.
Well, he's lied about everything else.
Yeah, well.
Maybe that was just the start. He's like, I'm going to lie about having cancer, and then I'll have sympathy on my side, and people will let me do whatever I want. And that's what happened. And that's exactly what happened. Because of his cancer, and he was such a positive survival story, he was allowed to do shit.
You know what it was? It was all an elaborate plan to get in Sheryl Crow's pants.
Why?
Yeah, well, who knows? But that's what it was.
Like, I'm pretty sure Kid Rock tapped that.
You don't want to tap anything after Kid Rock.
Oh my God.
Or Tommy Lee.
Oh, well, especially Tommy Lee, isn't he? Doesn't he have Hep C?
Well, Pam Anderson does.
So there's a good chance Tommy Lee does too. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Don't fucking sue us.
No, she does. She does
for sure.
So
you would assume he probably does, and many other things from the.
there's a slight possibility.
I've read the books. There's a good fucking chance.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing it hasn't fallen off yet.
That would make a thump.
Maybe it has.
Have you seen the Tommy Lee Pamela Anderson?
Believe it or not, I have seen tiny bits of it.
If you've seen it, you know there's no fucking tiny bits in that
Well,
thing.
no, that's what I mean. I have not seen
It?
that. No, I have not.
If his dick fell off, it would make this sound.
No,
That thing is fucking huge.
I have not seen that. I've seen her titties,
Yeah, but so have all we.
Yeah.
They're fake.
and that's about it.
Like, that guy's got a huge fucking...
Hell, you can even see her titties on her roast, for Christ's sake. She's wearing a see-through top.
I know. Jeez. Guy's a talented drummer, world-famous musician, and has a huge dick. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Indeed.
You should get one of those things. You and I should get the fucking other.
It's not going to happen. See, what's going to happen next is he's going to win an Oscar. And then the circle will be complete. He'll be perfect.
No,
He'll be the perfect man.
He's never even acted in it.
Exactly, but that's what's going to happen. He's going to act and win an Oscar. He'll be like Dustin Hoffman in Rayman or something.
They do say if you play retarded, you win an Oscar.
Yeah.
But only semi.
Yeah.
As we learned from Tropical Thunder, you can't go full blown.
No, you can't.
That's about it that I have. I don't want to pimp the movie that we haven't even finished writing yet that much more.
No. But again, if you think you can be a horror on screen.
Or add anything at all to it.
Yep.
We're looking for help.
It's true. We need a key grip,
A best boy.
a gaffer.
Money. Or donations of things to film this with.
Yeah. Costumes.
No.
I know.
Don't need costumes. It's just street clothes for the most part. So
But you know what? They would actually have a costume person for that in a real movie.
they would. Here's your own clothes. Put them on.
Yeah.
But you need someone to keep track of it to make sure they were wearing the same thing every day for the shoot.
I would like to point that out, actually. Continuity errors are fun to spot in movies. You would agree?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so last night, the high-def only channel Rad X.
What the fuck is that channel?
I don't know. It used to have some more sports-based things than it does now. But last night they showed Jewel of the Nile.
That's fucking amazing, because I mentioned Jewel of the Nile at work on Friday because I was trying to come up with Kathleen Turner's name. It's like, what's...
Joan Wilder?
Well, not her. I was just kind of...
You were trying to think of Kathleen Turner.
I said, the chick that looks like the horse from Jewel of the Nile. That's how I...
Nice.
Someone immediately came back with Kathleen Turner. I love my fucking coworkers.
That's impressive. But so me and Rachel watched it. Rachel never even heard of it.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck, bang on. I'll watch Jewel of the Nile commercial free. Early on in the movie, they both fall down that mudslide.
Yes.
Okay? And on IMDb, they even point out that during that portion, there's a part where his shotgun is not in his pack, and then suddenly it is in his pack. But if you go back and watch that scene for about 10 minutes, he loses and gains a red vest at least half a dozen times.
Hold on. Goes down a water like a mudslide.
Yeah, when they're just after the bus
Are you
crash.
watching Jewel of the Nile or Romancing the Stone?
Romancing the Stone.
Sorry. Fuck, it's sad that because of your description, I knew which of the two shitty movies you were talking about.
Well, Romancing the Stone's not that shitty. Jewel of the Nile is shitty.
But
do you know that there was a third one actually slated?
Was there?
Yeah, but the second one did not well enough to cancel that idea. Anyway, yeah, so after that mudslide, he's wearing a red vest. Then the next shot, he's not. Then he's wearing a red vest. Then he's not. Then he's wearing a red vest. Then he's not.
It was like Michael Caine in Jaws 4 coming out of the water and being bone fucking dry.
Yeah, that too. I thought that was pretty funny.
Shit That Should Not Be, which is copyrighted by another podcast. So we will not call this section that.
No. Other things to point out. What did you think of the Community episode?
Oh, we didn't touch on this. We're going to run over our hour because of this. It was unfucking watchable.
You think?
The content was okay at best. The way it was filmed totally fucking threw me. It was too polished. It didn't look right. It was too darkly lit. It looked like a drama. Like, Community's usually just a well-lit, single-camera show. I don't know if they did it because they wanted to make the real world and then
Abed's World so contrasting different. Mm-hmm. Because Abed's world was too bright and the real world was too dark. Regular Community somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to reserve judgment. But having an extra 6 fucking months, you should have done better. I thought it was all right myself, especially Greendale Babies.
Greendale Babies was the saving moment. But you know what? All of Thursday night this week was subpar.
Oh, yeah?
Community, meh.
Okay.
It was okay. Community Babies was good.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, the content was okay.
There were some good laughs. I thought Fred Willard as Pierce in Abedland was brilliant.
That's great. I love Fred Willard. Big Bang Theory, which you hate, wasn't good.
Yeah.
The Office wasn't very good.
Okay.
Parks and Rec was the saving grace, and not because the episode was good. It had one amazing fucking line.
Oh, yeah?
Ron has sat down for supper. Someone brings him a salad. He looks at the waiter and says, "Excuse me, I think you've brought me the food of my food."
Nice.
Or something along those lines. Yeah. And that saved Thursday night television because everything else was subpar. I'm reserving judgment on whether Community is going to suck this year by this next episode. Because if that's how the episodes are going to look all year, I can't handle it. It really bothered me. From the opening shot, it's like, this doesn't look right. And it can't just be that Dan Harmon's gone because he was just a showrunner.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
maybe they decided. I'm hoping.
Did they get rid of all the writers too?
I don't know what they did because I didn't like. Besides Abed's World and the Community Babies, Troy bugged me with Britta.
Yeah, that was stupid. I didn't like that at all.
Jeff working so hard at anything bugged me. They didn't really eat it. I mean, it was supposed to be the Hunger Deans, and they barely did anything with the Hunger Deans.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Kind of showed a couple little things, and then, the history of ice cream. It was weak. And you had 6 extra months to do it. We've been waiting since October 19th for this.
No, it was October 19th.
Well, yes. But you know what I mean? October, November, December, January, or 4 months, whatever. You had an extra 4 months to make your fucking episodes because you got pushed back. And that was the best you could do for me? Next week's the Halloween episode, so I am holding fucking hope.
All right, we'll see. Did you watch Raising Hope?
Shit, I forgot.
Then you missed the best line from Tuesday night.
Don't
TV.
tell me, because as soon as we're done, I'm gonna go watch it on demand. So
let's just say it involves Bert, who's a father, of course, and an executive from NBC.
Nice. It was a busy week. I'm getting used to this working outside of the home thing again.
Yeah, I imagine.
And I had the kids this week, so those two things happening all at the same time made for a stressful fucking week.
I could see it. I could see it.
Back to the gym this week too.
Yeah.
Thankfully, all the shoveling I did the last all fucking weekend.
Fuck you, plow guy.
Makes me feel like, you know what? I didn't make it to the gym this week because of all the other shit going on, but this weekend made up for it.
My street maximum 3 swipes, and it should be done. Not a swipe every couple of hours.
Yeah, they came by again, and actually, you've been on my road. There's no fucking snow on it anymore.
Mm-hmm. But they came back pushing the banks back.
Yeah.
During the Sunday snow, as in the Super Bowl Sunday, my somewhat elderly, gay pacemaker-attached neighbor threw a shovel at a plow truck and got in a giant argument with him and had to go to the hospital because his pacemaker went faulty.
I'm doing my best not to laugh at your neighbor going to the hospital, but all I can picture is the shovel launching, the plow driver...
He stopped and he got out. What's your problem?
Start yelling. Him starting yelling back. Then him clutching his chest. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming. That's all I can picture in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting times.
Oh, well, that's it for this week of the Fairly Odd Cast.
Good ending. Good ending.
Or, as we like to call ourselves sometimes, Mark and Adam in the morning.
At night.
You can follow us on Twitter at FairlyOddCast.
And Facebook.com/FairlyOddCast.
We promise it won't be 2 weeks until our next episode. I think next time we're going to record a double episode, so we never have to miss a week.
Ooh, fancy.
Because remember we talked about doing a commentary track for Dark Knight Rises?
Yep.
I've got a better movie to do it for.
Oh, excellent.
And a shorter movie.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
So I'll wait till we have the new equipment, and I'm going to tell you as soon as I hit the stop button, which is right now. Later, fuckers.